Hey out, it's DrewDoesThings, and before I start today's video, I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Rick for giving me this plug-and-play console like 2 years ago now. That was a really long time ago now that I think about it. Thanks! Now, as you may expect from the title of this video, I am going to be doing a normal review of the Namco original Pac-Man Arcade Classics Collection 5 plug-and-play. That's a mouthful. Which, after some research, can actually go for pretty high prices in some places. However, I am also going to be doing an obligatory setup video just to pad the length of this video because that's how you make To start off our obligatory setup tutorial, we're going to have to pull the TV out and rotate it to a point where we can see it clearly. Like that. Here's a little lesson in distinguishing the yellow from the white composite cable. Normally, unless your white cable is really dirty for some reason, the yellow cable will usually be darker than the white cable, and this usually also goes for the ports as well. So keep that in mind and you should be good. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to take our yellow composite cable, plug it into the yellow slot, of course, which other one would you plug it into, and plug the white one into the white slot. And that's pretty much it for the setup. It's that easy. And that's pretty much it for the plug part of our plug-and-play console. Now, let's play some games. However, there is one more thing that I would like to point out before we actually start playing games, and that's the controller itself. Now, if you look at the top right of this controller right here, you'll see that there's just a simple little on-off switch and a little red LED that lights up when the console's turned on. And then on this side, you have a little reset button. It's kind of soft and mushy. You can just press it, and it will rapidly turn the console off and then back on, bringing you back to the game menu screen. If we move down a little bit, you'll see the action button and the little joystick. The joystick itself is good, but the movement is a little bit jagged. You can't kind of really move it diagonally. And it's just a little bit too clicky for my liking. Also, you can rotate the stick itself and this little ring right here. I'm pretty sure that's not intentional, but you can do it. Right here, this action button, it's okay, since we're talking about classic Namco games. It's a little bit mushy as well, but it'll get the job done. However, hardcore Dig Dug fans might be a little bit disappointed in it. That's the controller. It's got little art on the side, on the bottom, just the normal battery back, and then some rubber pads. Overall, it's decent. I don't know. That's it. And let's play some games. So, this plug-and-play has 5 different Namco games, and they're all pretty good. Let's start off with Pac-Man. Good old chip tunes. So, you can't really tell on video, but this actually looks kind of good, but also kind of distorted, kind of a tiny bit. I'm sure that if you... frick. Well, that's it for Pac-Man. I'm pretty sure that if you were to play this on something like an actual CRT, it would go much better, and it would look much better, but I don't really have one. Which is kind of weird. Also, here's a game I really suck at. It's Galaxian. Guess it's kind of like it's Space Invaders. You should have seen how much I suck at games like these in the arcade video. Alright, that's enough of that one. Okay, next we're gonna move on to one that I actually kind of like a little bit. Rally X. This is kind of a game where you just drive around as a little car, and you go ahead and find the flags. So, in games like this, you can kind of see the whole unstiffness of the controller kick in here. You can't, it's kind of hard to make some turns, especially ones like those. I just straight up missed it. But overall, yeah. Now, in our next game, we will actually get to see how bad the action button is. I'll show that off in a second. Let's just see how far I can get. Alright. And our next game is Dig Dug, one of my personal favorites from the Namco collection. So, as you can probably guess, how this would affect the way the action button works. If you are wanting to do this kind of strategy where you get killed by fire, no, but seriously, if you're wanting to do the kind of strategy where you rapidly mash the action button to explode the enemies faster, you can kind of tell that it's a little bit hard to press it sometimes. It kind of feels a little sticky. But overall, I guess it's fine. Just don't go competing in, you know, professional competitions and contests with this, and tournaments. Like that. The controller, the stick actually messed me up on that one. See if we can get this guy. Wow. Yeah, see, I thought in my head that I had actually turned, but the way the controller works, I didn't. Final game, Bosconian. This one's probably one of the coolest, because it's just so open. You kind of fly around. And there's a little map on the bottom showing you all these little ships and bases that you're trying to destroy by shooting into the middle. Once you're done with shooting all the ships, you move on to the next level. However, again, I'm bad at video games, so this is where it just kind of doesn't work. Alright, now that we've gone through and evaluated all the games, let's get into the conclusion. All in all, I'd say that the Namco is a pretty nice console, especially for some people who are aching for Namco games, but they want to play it on somewhat legitimate hardware. However, thinking back to the prices that we researched earlier, I do not really think you should buy it at those prices at all. Considering that the console only came out in 2003, and that the build quality of the controller itself isn't that great, I would not buy it for those prices. However, that is not to say that you should not pick this up if you get it for a good price. Now, if you find it in a pawn shop, find it in the street, find it in the sewer, your friend tries to sell it to you for like $40, $20, pick it up. It's a great console to have just for those moments when you want to have a little nostalgia kick. Obviously, that doesn't really apply to me because I was born after the time those games were relevant. But anyway, that is my review. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Lets me know that you kind of enjoy this kind of content. Also, again, shout out to my friend Rick. He was the one who supplied me with this console a couple of years ago, and I just randomly decided to do a review on it. So go check out his stuff. I don't know. Also, check out these cards. They have things. Oh my god, it's things. Ah. It's freaking things, guys. How can you not like things? Alright, peace out. Well, frick, that's not cool.